It sounds like some good advice. I always start with the location, and Venice is full of places where you can hide secrets. Then I dream up a story with a cast of celebrities. I love showbiz, says Carol. Her fourth novel, Once Upon a Time in Venice, is a sweeping saga set in that most romantic of cities, with Hollywood heartthrob Brad Redford, beautiful Venetian Gina Lombardi, and Italy's biggest opera star, Lucia Bruni, who is the ultimate diva. Carol says, I work out the story before I start writing by dictating into a machine that prints out the words on my iPad. As the characters become increasingly three-dimensional, the plot can change. But, throughout the whole process, I carry the characters around with me in my head. They seem very real to me until I write the last full stop, and then I let go of them. Carol has settled into an established routine after her 3 previous books, but says she could never have dreamed that the first book, Under a Greek Moon, would be an instant bestseller. It took me completely by surprise. I remember having lunch with my publishers, and they were gently managing my expectations. I told them I'd love it if the book got into the top 100 bestsellers, but, as this was my first novel, it probably wouldn't. A few days later, the phone rang. My editor, Kate, asked me if I was sitting down. Your book, she said, has done better than we thought. So, I asked if it had made the top 100, and she said it had. You're not kidding. It had entered the chart at number 2. I just burst out crying. She was pipped to the top spot by American writer Danielle Steele, one of the best-selling authors of all time, with global sales of more than 800 million copies of her 190 books. Carol, 62, admits that her TV fame after presenting the weather for more than 25 years has helped her book sales. She says, I think being on telly so regularly helps. Perhaps people were curious to see what I'd come up with. But look, I don't claim to be Tolstoy. My books are a mix of intrigue and entertainment. The chapters are short and usually finish on a cliffhanger, perfect summer beach reads. Her time on BBC Breakfast has made her a household name and opened many doors, but she adds she still struggles with the early starts. It's a killer shift. It's not natural to get up at 2:45 in the morning. You never really get used to it. But on the plus side, I've broadcast from the Royal Enclosure at Ascot, from Centre Court at Wimbledon, where I'll be for its fortnight. I've flown with the Red Arrows, skydived with the Red Devils. She loves the weather because it changes all the time, but says the lack of a summer this year has made her job difficult. Carol says, people blame me. I get heckled because there's been so much rain. My best tip is to take an umbrella with you at all times. It's good if it rains, and you can use it as a parasol if it's sunny.